Hey guys, this is the Post, and I'll take you through how I play Jump Salt. So we're going to start off with my loadout, and in this patch I'm playing with the Chainsword and the Smartlock pistol. Last patch I was using the Power Sword because all power weapons were doing increased damage against Marker Nurgle Marines, but with the recent nerf to that class you don't need the power weapon to kill them anymore. I like to play Jump Salt fast paced, so I have to go with the faster weapons being the Chainsword and the Power Sword. You can play with the other power weapons, but it takes a bit longer to line up their hits, and that kind of leaves you open to getting struck from behind or someone shooting you from outside of combat. With the Chainsword or the Power Sword, it leaves you open to getting your hits in and then being able to move on to your next target or just getting out of combat completely. One thing you have to keep in mind though is since you're using the Chainsword, it's one of the weaker weapons in the game. It's stronger than the Sorcerer's Force Sword and the Trader's Daggers, but it's weaker than the other weapons that assaults have. And what that means is you have to be wary of what weapon your opponent has. For example, if you're going up against somebody with a Power Fist, it only takes 3 clangs with your Chainsword for your weapon to be broken. And once that happens, you're stunned for a short period of time, being open to an attack. But fortunately, you have a few different tactics to employ to get around the bulwark that is the Power Fist. You can either go to the defensive bash. You can use an evade strike to get into their rear. You can jet out and then come back in with your lunge strike. So there's different things you can employ to get around the power weapons, and you'll see a few different cases in the later video. The Smartlock pistol is used to lock onto your target at range so that you can get in your lunge strike, and I'll demonstrate that. And then it's also used to get in your evade strikes, where you boost around into the rear arc of your opponent. The frag and health pack, it comes up in different situations. Okay, we're back in a match, and I see 2 raptors coming up, so I'm going to head off to the rocks over here and see if I can't try to get an early frag kill. So I see him going up, but he stops a bit short. And then the bolt pistol to no avail either. And now I see there's enemies behind, so I'm going to go down and try to help out our friends down there. I nearly missed the one guy, and the Nurgle I'm trailing is able to hop the barrier and get away. And that red light I thought was a hazard light, but it ended up being a frag and I ate it. So now I just have to sit and wait, and I hope the shield bro over there will be able to pick me up. But that's not a very good start to a game. Okay, so I'm gonna try it one more time. Right here, I landed right in front of a trader guy, and then I noticed there's another one coming up behind me. This first trader is going to peel off to my right, but the Havoc is going to keep on running forward. I'm going to try to get him. But what ends up happening, I get caught up on the train, and I just miss him completely. But right here, I finally land him into a clang battle, and I'm pretty sure when you're clanging, you should be able to win. But the trader to the my left complicates things a little bit. So when he comes in, I know I have to change up because if he's landing melee attacks on me, he'll be able to kill me with no problem. So what I do here is I lock on to the Havoc, and then I do an evade strike. How you do that is once you lock on, you press the boost with a directional key, and you'll either move left or right, and you'll end up in their back arc. And once you do that, the evade strike continues with a hit, and then you can follow up with one more hit to knock them off. So I get him, and now I'm swinging on the trader, and as long as he continues to swing, I'll win that clang battle, because daggers and the force sword will lose to a chainsword. So now I just have to get my hits on without him getting one more hit in. That's just boosting around. I finally get him front facing, I'm able to finish him off. I see some icons down below, so I'm going to help out the Imperial Fist jump assault over there. So right now I'm just going to put some damage on this one raptor, just because I feel too cheeky if I kill a guy with an auto-lock bolt pistol. So I'm just going to follow them as they trail the Imperial Fist. So my first jump strike misses, but once that raptor gets locked in a clang battle against the Imperial Fist, I'm able to come up behind him and get the strikes in and kill him. The good old wombo combo. With the rhinos there, I'm gonna go and spawn a predator and just kill him. That was unfortunate for that trader guy who was right there when I spawned the vehicle. I found out that using the heavy bolter versus the autocannon against vehicles is better. So I noticed the one raptor out in front of the tank, but I'm going to try to pick up the Ninja Wolf over here. But he notices me, and right there, what he did was he struck the wall, and when you hit any piece of terrain, it actually staggers you for a bit. So I boost up behind him, and I get my 2 hits in. Then that guy does a similar thing. He comes up, he stops short, but he misses his attack. Now I lock onto him, and I do the boost strike, which in this case is not an evade strike because we're not in a clang battle. I'm just boosting closer to him. I get my 2 attacks in his back. Then this last Mark Nurgle guy, I see that he has a power sword, so I can't win the clang battle here. I'm also out of fuel, so I can't do my evade strike, so the only thing that I'm left with is going into a defensive bash. Now, right here, I followed up with another charge attack, and once you get your stun off with a defensive bash, you need to make sure that you follow up with more charge attacks, because that keeps them stun locked. If you go with a fast strike, it'll break them out, and they'll be able to attack you back. But here, it's back to the good old wombo combo. The Imperial Fist comes in from behind to help me out, and he kills the Mark Nurgle. A lot of what I do with Jump Salt is reactionary. With paper, scissors, rock melee, if you throw the wrong thing, then you'll often be dead. So what I do is I go with the fast strikes until I know I have to change one of my tactics, either going to defensive bash or boosting up and coming back down, or trying to get around into their back, especially when you're going up against power weapons. And What you saw right there was, instead of going with the ground pound because there's friendlies nearby, I did what I call is the lunge strike. And how you execute that is you'll boost up and then you'll wait till you get relatively close to the ground. It feels about like halfway from like max boost height and lower. You'll actually you'll lunge towards them, and oftentimes you'll end up in their back arc. And once you do that, you'll get one attack off doing a lunge strike, and then you just follow up with another one if you're in their back, and you'll kill them. And oftentimes that's how I usually open up with my attacks. Is I'll lock on, boost at them, and even if you miss that first strike, you'll be close enough where you can land your second or third. So with this guy, I'm going to play Ring Around the Rosie, or Ring Around the Predator in this case. Lock on, boost at him, strike, strike, I missed. And I saw that he went into the defensive bash, so how you can get around that is you can either go with the charge attack, but I reacted probably a little too late to get the charge attack off, so I just went with the evade strike. So again, with how I did that before with the Havoc and the other trader, was I locked on, I hit the spacebar and the directional key, and I boosted around to his back. So I got the one hit on his back, and then I just follow up with another one. Just gonna get out and try to kill this guy because I would feel too bad if I kill him with the Predator. Here is where I pull out my ninja skills and get the one attack from behind, one charge attack, and their back is an instant kill. I'm just going to do the same to these two guys. And I missed that, so I come back in. Right there, I came back in with the lunge strike, and then that put me in his back, and then I just followed up with another attack to kill him. Since that guy really didn't know where I was, I came with the ground attack, stunned him, and then I hit him in his back and killed him. And then with that sorcerer, because he was just fast attacking me, I just have to do that back, and I'll get my hits in and kill him. The force sword and the daggers cannot win against any of the melee weapons. Okay, so right here I see the two sorcerers. So right here I can either go with the charge attack, but it's likely that they'll just unknowingly dodge my attack from back. So I'm just going to come in with my fast attacks to kill them both. Now I see the heavy bolter is going to shoot at me, so I'm going to boost past him since I already killed the sorcerer, and then I'm going to come back in while I'm locked on, boost again to do the lunge strike, and then I'll be in his back and kill him. See right there, again, the guy wasn't careful and he hit the wall, and that stunned him, and I jumped on the opportunity and I boosted towards him, and now I'm going to strike him and get my attacks in without him being able to respond. Terrain is a giant killer in melee. If you miss your attacks and hit a wall, that oftentimes could be the death of you. I guess I should point out, even though it sounds like I'm hitting the boost like twice right there, actually I only hit it once to get out, and as I turn and I lock onto that sorcerer, I just press the melee button and that actually boosts you down. So you actually kind of get like a free boost with the Lund strikes, how they work. I was a little worried picking up that guy just because I saw the plasma balls coming in. What happened right there was he boosted away from me, and as I was coming towards him, I boosted towards him, and then I was opening up with the strike, but he already was going into his defensive bash. So when I saw that, and I tried to go into my charge attack because I was out of fuel at that point, it was too late in the timing. He was able to kick me, stun me, and then knock me down. I guess about that last kill, I want to point out that sometimes when you're going after a target and there's a ground assault there, they'll just swing wildly, and you're a little bit faster, so you'll be able to get to your target sooner. They might strike you in the back, and sometimes that kills you. So if you know that you have a friendly ground assault behind you, go ahead and like boost up to your target, because otherwise they're going to stun you and you'll be staggered for a moment. Then again, with that past jump assault, he went into his defense bash, and I couldn't really respond in time, so I just got out of that combat. I saw a guy coming up, but I couldn't really respond since he was kind of in cover. And then I got really lucky right there. I don't know how I didn't die from that grenade. But for me, well, I just went after that raptor because it was right there, but after that I went for the sorcerer over the trader because actually I think this last patch they're similar toughness to regular trader marines now, but in the past they've been the weaker class, and as always it's better to kill the healers and let them raise somebody up. So I go for sorcerers first, and then if there's a havoc nearby I'll go for them, and then traders, and then I'll deal with the assaults last if I'm able to. So having a good game so far. Still, my only death was that that awful grenade from like the first 2 minutes. I know that that one raptor is over there. He likes to be up on those rocks waiting for someone to come around the corner, I think. You saw what he did to me right there was that lunge trick where he locked onto me, pressed the melee button, and he was able to boost around and get into my back. You see right there, as I'm trailing him, it's sounding like I'm getting the hits, but I'm actually not. So if you're on the ground, you just boost forward, and then you press your melee to get your strike in. It actually doesn't register that hit. I found they actually have to be up in the air and do the lunge strike to actually get the hits as someone's running away. I'm actually surprised that guy never turned around. I thought he maybe thought he ditched me. Nope, I see the raptor's back, so I'm gonna try to get a hit on him. Got away. Hit the train, fell off. Train, like I said, is a big killer. I was kind of hoping we'd both fall all the way down to the ground, and with that ground slam, I would be able to kill him when he went down. So right there, what you saw was I was ready for him to go into the defense bash because he kept on flashing me that every single time that I met him. So as soon as I saw that he was doing that, I went into the charge attack, and what happens when you get them off in a slimmer time is the charge attack will actually hit through defensive bash and stuns them. After you do that, follow up with more charge attacks because it'll keep that stun, but with a raptor you only need one or two more after the first one. I think when you see me play, I often don't do the defensive bash just because really good melee players, are able to respond pretty quickly, and then if they see that you're going to the defensive bash, they can quickly charge attack you. And so that's why I try to boost around. And oftentimes when you boost around, it leaves your opponent open to hit a wall or something. And yet again, there he is. He went into defense bash yet again. He broke my sword. That's that red symbol that you see by my stamina bar. Well, actually, that's for gem salt. That's your fuel bar. But he broke my weapon, so I had to get out there. What happens if your weapon is broke? Every single time that you land a hit, you get staggered. So I had to leave, and then I'll try to find him again once I'm back up to full durability. So I'll come back in with my hits. I knew he was going to go into defense bash. I was ready for the charge attack, but we fell off the edge of the cliff. There he is yet again with the defense bash, and there I was able to finish him off with the charge attacks. So, still doing pretty good. Although Ninja Wolf is slightly ahead of me in kills, but I'll see if I can't bring Ultra out in front. think originally that guy was going to come up there to fight the Imperial Fist, but when he saw two of us up there, he thought better of it. He ended up, I think, falling down to the crevice and died. And right here, I'm going to pause for a quick second. It's always better to boost at somebody if they're facing you than it is to just run at them. If you're running at them, they'll be able to kill you. But once you boost, you'll be free for the most part, unless it's a heavy bolter. In that case, you want to go off to the side, or if you can, aim your ground slam behind them. Good old wombo combo. He got stuck up on the tactical marine. I was able to come in behind him and finish him off. I was about to do the ground slam on that guy way out there, but I saw the friendly out there. I didn't want to slam on him. So, Fade Strike, get in his back, kill him, come up behind him, boost up, get my attacks in, lock onto the next guy, get my attacks in, boost around. The evade strike is my bread and butter. I like to go to that, and the lunge strike, my opening move. It's a great combo to go into. I don't think it really came into play in this match, but when you're going up against traders and you see them roll, you don't want to boost after them immediately. You want to pause for a second and then boost. Because if you boost at the same time, you'll actually beat them to where they're standing up and you can't hit them because they're like in a crouch state. So by waiting that one brief moment, you will actually meet them when they're staying up and you'll be able to get your hit in. You'll find that playing a jump assault, your friends oftentimes think that you're an Alpha Legion disguise. Get team killed an awful lot. So I'm going to pause right here because I knew when I was picking him up that it might not be a bad idea. Well, it might be a bad idea because he's obviously down from something and there's no icons on the map. So I think that they're off hiding, but I was hoping that they ran around the other side. And you'll see Marco Nurgle guy comes in, so I knew what killed that apothecary. So right here, he got the jump on me, so I'm going to go into the defensive bash immediately. And right there, the Raptor came in along with the Nurgle guy. They were both hitting on me as I got the defensive bash off, so I stunned them both. I'm going to boost out, come back in, and I don't know which of them I got, but I got one of them. So the defensive bash was enough time for me to get out of combat. The friends came in to kill the one guy, and I was able to come in and do some damage against the last one. So there you go. That's most of my tricks on how to play. I have the one that I was talking about with traders, where you pause for a brief second before you boost after them after they roll. But beside that, that's my tricks and how I play Jump Salt. So I hope that you find this helpful, and I'll see you next time.